In a small coastal town in California, where the ocean wind always carried the scent of salt and warm sand, Emma spent her evenings working at a tiny, family owned bookstore. She loved the quiet, the soft jazz playing in the background, and the way the sunset painted the walls orange every night. What she didn't love, at least that's what she kept telling herself, was how often she found her thoughts drifting to Luke, the guy who had suddenly appeared in town 2 months ago. Luke wasn't like the locals. He dressed like someone who'd lived half his life on the road, worn leather jacket, old boots, and the kind of tired smile that made you wonder what he'd been through. He came into the bookstore every Thursday, bought a coffee from the counter near the entrance, and wandered the aisles like he was searching for something he couldn't name. One evening, as the sun dipped behind the cliffs, Emma noticed Luke standing in the travel section, staring at a map of the Pacific coast. His shoulders were tense, like he was holding back a storm inside. She hesitated for a moment, then walked up to him. "Long day?" she asked softly. Luke turned, and his smile was small but real. "More like a long year," Emma laughed quietly. "I get that." Something shifted between them, an invisible thread pulling them closer. They talked until the store closed, at first about books, then about the town, then slowly about their lives. Emma told him about her dream of becoming a photographer. Luke admitted he didn't really know where he belonged anymore. When they stepped outside, the sky was full of stars, brighter than usual. Luke looked up and said, "I used to think stars were just there, but tonight they look like they're trying to tell me something." Emma tilted her head. "Like what?" He looked at her, not just at her face, but into her, like he was searching again, but finally finding it. "That maybe I should stop running." The words landed between them like a promise. His voice wasn't loud, but it carried the weight of someone who'd finally found a place they didn't want to leave. They walked down the beach, talking about everything and nothing. The waves touched their feet, cold and playful. Luke told her things he hadn't told anyone: how his father passed away, how he'd been drifting from town to town ever since, how he thought settling down wasn't meant for him. Emma listened, and for the first time in a long while, Luke felt understood. When they reached an old wooden pier, Luke stopped. The moonlight made his eyes look softer, warmer. "I don't know what this is," he said, "but I don't want it to end." Emma stepped closer. "Then don't let it." Luke brushed a strand of hair from her face. His fingers trembled, just enough for her to know the moment mattered. And then, slowly, carefully, he kissed her. It wasn't dramatic or rushed. It was the kind of kiss that felt like home. Gentle, warm, full of every unspoken feeling they didn't yet know how to say out loud. For the first time in years, Luke didn't feel lost. And Emma, standing barefoot in the sand, with the ocean humming beside them, felt like she was exactly where she was meant to be. Maybe it wasn't destiny, maybe it wasn't fate, maybe it was just two people who found each other at the right moment. But sometimes, that's all a love story needs.